Good evening. Welcome to another Sunday night stream tonight, Sega Genesis. Also featured tonight, a setup that will not electrocute me, because I discovered the other night, the room that I was playing all this shit in has not been grounded this entire time. So as I was rewiring stuff, I was getting shocked like crazy. I discovered, hey, this stuff isn't actually grounded. So we're in a brand new setup now. We got a window even, but I also got some brand new RGB cables, including one for the Sega Genesis here. So we're going to be playing some Sega Genesis on real hardware with an RGB cable, courtesy of Insurrection Industries. They make some good stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. But anyway, I got a stack of games. We'll crush it. It'll be sick. It'll be great. Nintendo Mad, welcome. Malice, welcome. Well, it looks great. Yeah, it looks fantastic. You should see it on the 20L5. Mouse, how many shocks did it take? Enough where my hand started going numb. And I realized either my equipment or my life, could potentially be a risk here. Something were to go really crazy, so. Anyway. That was crazy. I was just moving some RCA cables around and started to get zapped just touching us. Oh, that's weird. And then I went to move the switch box that one of them was plugged into and I got zapped really bad. It's like, oh god, what's going on? So yeah, it was a mess. But it's all good now. Totally electrical safe. How are you both doing tonight? By the way. Nintendo Mad Malice. Whoop. Yeah, we're gradually going to be moving away from using the Wii to play some of the stuff like the NES and the Genesis. I've got a flash card on the way too for the Genesis. I didn't make it in time for this, but that's going to be here Tuesday. So all Genesis stuff going forward will be on real hardware. And then pretty soon, eventually, the NES will be the same. But now we have NES, Genesis, Saturn. PS2 has been on component, but pretty soon we're going to have RGB for both PS1 and PS2. So everything's going to look nice and tight. Ooh, yeah. I just care. You can't do the spin dash in Sonic 1. I just forget about that. That was definitely a very good improvement in the sequels. Whoops. Yeah, you can't do the spin dash in this one. Nintendo Mad drinking beers. I've got one of my classic Gatorade, lemon Gatorade and New Amsterdam vodka is going. That sounds good though. You're still working on those German beers? Malice, just woke up but I'm feeling pretty okay. Sonic is kind of blowing my sleepy mind. Yeah, this is Sonic in its purest form. Before all the anime sidekicks, the weird storylines, just pure Sonic. Alright, here we go. One of these days we'll do some. We're gonna get to Dreamcast eventually, but play lots of Dreamcast stuff. We'll check out Sonic Adventure. One and two. So I love the anime sidekicks. They're cringe Kino. Yeah, they so you look back in retrospect and it's like that early 2000s anime vibe. It's really setting the template for a lot of edgelord stuff to come. Shadow the Hedgehog is probably the most legendary edgelord of all time. Such a culminating in that solo game. Looked like they gave him a gun or something. I didn't play that one, but gotta try Seaman. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Leonard Nimoy did the voice of the narrator in that game. As if we didn't already have enough reasons to play it. But you've got Nimoy. Yeah, I gotta get the Dreamcast mic if I'm gonna play that. We gotta play it proper if we're gonna play that game. But yeah, Dreamcast. I'm looking forward to that, but that's a little tricky to get. As far as my setup goes, right now, getting like the 480p signal out of that. But it will happen eventually. I was just marveling at it when I was setting up all my systems again. I was just like looking at the system itself. It's like, damn, this thing is one of the most sleek consoles of them all. It's so teeny too. The way I have everything laid out right now, I've got my Genesis sitting next to the Saturn and the Dreamcast. And despite the fact that it's the most powerful one, you know, it's the most like compact, sleek, really slick system. Damn. These cables really look fantastic. This is the first time all weekend I've really been able to check them out. So I've just been moving everything from room to room. Just work. So to be able to finally actually see this is really sweet. Alright, let's get up this here. Oh wait, yeah, down here. Yes, it feels really good to enjoy the fruits of my labor after all of this. Yeah, next up will be the PS1 and PS2 RGB SCART cables that I've got coming from England. So I'll probably be here in a couple weeks, but they'll be here in time for the Halloween Stream Fest. I'm thinking it's probably going to be... I'm probably going to stream like Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, I think is going to be the schedule. Not only because it'll be, you know, fun to stream so often, but also to get through some of these games. Because I know usually, you know, with the exception of Demon Souls and Silent Hill 2, I don't really beat these games on stream. You know, there have been a few times, like Clock Tower and stuff, you know, shorter games, Donkey Kong Country. But I want to be finishing these games. Condemned. I'm going to play one of the other Silent Hills. It'll either be 1 or 3. But... oh shit! Yeah, gotta watch out for those spikes. That's alright. Let's see. For our next game... well, actually, 6 games in 1! Pop in the... God, the Sonic cartridge is a death grip on my Genesis. Alright. This is the Sega 6-pack. Let's see if this works. I know this is not what we're supposed to do here, but... here we go. There it is. Alright. So, 6 in 1, the Sega 6-pack. I think we're going to try some Streets of Rage. This music. Yeah, there we go. Streets of Rage. Now, another advantage to not emulating this stuff was we're back to the real deal Genesis sound chip. The Yamaha FM little synthesizer it's got in there. So these games are going to look and sound. Oh, listen to that. Oh, yeah. The vibe. Mouse, I got lost in hospital in Silent Hill 3, so I kept using the perfume thinking it's what I had to use. No, it just respawns enemies. I think that's where I stopped playing it the last time I played Silent Hill 3, which was, man, at least 15 years ago. It's been a while. Kev, welcome, my friend. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Streets of Rage. Yeah, you're just in time. I just turned Sonic the Hedgehog off. So yeah, just in time for some Streets of Rage. Doesn't get much edgier than having the main character named Edge. Yeah. Oh, we were just talking about Edge. How Sonic got edgy eventually. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, let's take a peek. Jump attack. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, folks. Who do we play as? Adam, Axel, or Blaze? First one to say gets it. The other one's Blink, or is it just Blaze? Blaze it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this track. Legendary. Adam. Speed ain't shit irrelevant. Alright. Well, if I die, we'll switch to Adam. First, we'll call in our reinforcements, though. Mouse, does the music really sound different on emulator? I think it's probably pretty close at this point. I would have to really do some hardcore A-B comparisons. But just because of the nature of the Genesis sound chip, it's a lot harder to emulate than something like the SNES. To put it simply, I might have talked about this before, but the SNES is basically a sampler. So it's like playing back samples at like a low enough bit rate that the Super Nintendo can handle it. But the Genesis is a synthesizer. You know, it's like a miniature synthesizer. So, you know, it's trickier to emulate. In-game audio sounds really low. All right, let me turn it up a little bit. How's that? How's the volume now for the game? Sound good? It's like different games in this era have different output levels, so you gotta keep that in mind sometimes. Yeah, it's like the Genesis has like a little synthesizer built right in. And not only is it a synthesizer, but it's using FM synthesis instead of subtractive synthesis, which is even more complicated. So it's not that it's impossible or anything, it's just tricky. Oh, this game is sweet. Like that kick drum. All the beats in this game were sampled directly from a Roland 808. So like the most infamous drum machines in electronic music, mostly in, you know, house and techno. But that whole aspect is like a good degree of authenticity there. As far as like the whole vibe of this game. Okay, great. Yeah, let me know game by game how the volume is. Too hot, too loud, or too quiet. I'll get it sorted out. pine pot. Okay, I love how the blacktop guys are almost identical to the first encounter guys in Double Dragon 2. You're right. They are extremely similar. Oh yeah. Call the firing squad for this guy. Oh wait. I don't think you can do that for bosses. No, you can't. But yeah, this boss theme. Rockin'. You even got the James Brown sample in there. Yeah, I don't remember the specific track, but that's definitely a James Brown sample. Okay, this is also desperately making me want to play Wars of the Night, which was in the in-game version. Oh yeah, the PS2 Warriors game, that's right. Should totally do that sometime, it even has Retro NES. Yeah, hey, next time we're in the area, buddy. We'll do it. Just do me a favor and bring a headset. I learned from experience with Nintendo that, and no, obviously it wasn't Nintendo's fault. It was mine. We just didn't have the equipment. But you want to stream simultaneously, you definitely want to have your own headset, like USB. But yeah, that'd be sweet. For you folks watching, Heavy Metal is a old friend of mine. Grew up in the same neighborhood. Oh, shit, just tossed around here. Right. The Windy City. Yeah, the weapons. Glass bottle. Calm in. Okay, I'll bring it next month. Literally the only PS2 game I have that is playable and not scratched as shit. I got a couple nice ones and a Yeti. Nice, sounds good. You know that there's an Xbox version of that? And you can run it in 720p? I've been thinking about picking up an Xbox to like round out the like retro game collection, but we'll see. But that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think this is the level with a fat-ass boss who blows fire at you. I don't remember this at all. I haven't played this game in over 20 years. I've been listening to the soundtrack plenty on YouTube and stuff, but I haven't actually played this game in ages. Knife him. Yeah, the Warriors had a similar thing with the knives. So it was like it treated them extremely seriously in comparison to all the other stuff you're doing. You know, they're like you can punch and kick, and it takes about it's like standard brawler damage or whatever. But you stab somebody in the gut with a knife in that game, and they're instantly down. That's a fantastic game if anybody hasn't played it. The Warriors game we're talking about on PS2 and Xbox is an insanely good game. Absolutely nails the vibe of the movie. Really fun to play. Multiplayer. Awesome game. No, this looks a million times cooler than the new Streets of Rage. I haven't played it, so I can't speak to that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Axel's like chunky in that one, right? He's got like a beard and like a big beer belly. Yes, I haven't played it, so I can't say for sure. Also, one other thing I'm doing different tonight is the microphone have it plugged in instead of in wireless mode. Just because it was being a little irritable, I guess. So plug in, no problems. Yeah, we got Wolverine here. Yeah, this boss music, sick. Yeah, this is the same guy who did all the Shinobi soundtracks. Holy shit. Call him in. Oh yeah. I'm really excited for this month of Halloween games. Spooky October. I think it's gonna be really fun. There are a lot of games I'm excited to check out. There's one I just found out about recently called, it's on the Genesis, and it's called Devil's Crush. It's a pinball game, but has crazy pixel art. Like really demonic theme, like really good pixel art, an insane soundtrack. I can't wait for you guys to see that. It'll be sweet. Hey, one of the nights will be like Genesis horror, so we'll play through, you know, that Splatterhouse, another spooky, spooky horror games on the Genesis. Yeah, this whole soundtrack is ready for the dance floor. This is sick. Okay, remember this came on the 6-pack for Genesis 2. Yeah, I'm actually that's what I'm playing on right now, on the 6-pack. I have all 3 Golden Axe games on the Genesis, the cartridges, but yeah. I think I have Revenge of Shinobi, the cart too, I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, 6, what a deal. I mean, yeah, 6 awesome games. Awesome cartridge. I'll be playing a Golden Axe later. Not the first one, because I played that a couple weeks ago on stream with Nintendo Mad, but one of the sequels. Wow, so I'm excited for October too. Oh yeah. Yeah, the leaves just started changing around here. A little bit, like they're just starting to turn and just starting to fall. But it's here. Autumn is on its way. I wish I could have like another 2 weeks of summer, but it's still pretty warm, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, it's a state of mind you get into around this time of year. Hard to beat the lead pipe. God, I love Columns. The music was so nostalgic. You know, I haven't played too much Columns. I should check that out. Could try that after this. Mouse, I experienced a cool night for the first time in 7 or 8 months. Oh, that must have been nice. Yeah, I imagine it gets pretty brutally hot where you are. think Maine had... We were in the high 90s was it about a month ago? I don't think it cracked 100, but it was definitely unusually hot for Maine. 10 Matthew possum burgers are now in the pan. All right. Oh, I wish I had some. Although I do have a pizza from Pizza Time on the way, which is going to be totally guilt-free because not only have I been working my ass off the last few days, but I've been hardcore working out again for like the last week. So this is my cheat night. I'm going to pwn a pizza later. Oh my god, it's the Ultimate Warrior! Calling the firing squad! Brutal. Oh yeah. Yeah, this game is sick. Okay, it's pretty frustrating compared to Tetris, I feel like, but has the whole Roman thing going on. We're going to be playing a Greek game. So we'll keep that vibe going after that. Pretty close. I've been reading the Odyssey again, which has been a trip. Homer's Odyssey. Listen to this. Stereo percussion going on there. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, I was golfing a full 18 holes that day. It was bullshit. You know, that's something I didn't do at all this summer. I didn't golf once, regular or in mini golf. I'm not much of a golfer, but I'm always down for mini golf. Okay, next level is a fire-breathing fat ass. Sorry if that offends anyone who's overweight, a gang boss, and also practices fire breathing. No, I don't think that qualifies anybody here. Dude, golf? WTF, let's hit the links before the snow flies. I have golf, so I'm not a regular golfer. But if you want to go golfing, man, I'll be down. Absolutely. Yeah, I wish I was a fire-breathing gang boss. It's like be the kingpin. Have like the big pinky ring and everything. These shoes. So you think of it's a scene in. It's like you guys probably know now. I reference The Simpsons a lot, but so early seasons of The Simpsons, there's like a Homer starts daydreaming, and it's like a scene from the beginning of Godfather 2, like the streets of old New York. Where like the current crime boss is like walking down the street, the Don. He's like walking through the Italian market or whatever. There's like Homer and he's got his like white, super nice Italian suit on. Like this guy runs up to him with like a plate full of donuts. He's like, Don Homer, my son! He's like, Takes one of the donuts. Molto bene. This game definitely has better AI than Golden Axe. You can't lure the enemies into the pits as easily as you can in that game. I love Golden Axe, but the AI in the first two are pretty brain dead. Grazie. Molto bene. Welcome, Spoon. How you doing? Oh, I want a donut now so bad. That being said, pretty soon is something I do every fall. Something I do every fall is I marathon Twin Peaks. So that time is coming. And another friend of mine, we already arranged it. I'll be heading over, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna watch Twin Peaks. And you know I'm gonna be bringing the donuts and the coffee. Because you can't watch Twin Peaks without coffee. And if you have a donut, it's even better. Molto bene. Oh no! Blaze! Alright, definitely time for the firing squad here. Look at that guy with the Mr. Socko hand at the ready. Yeah, he's ready. God! Mankind. He was the best. No, he wasn't the best, but he was cool. I don't think anyone can deny that Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest wrestler of all time. There are contenders to second place, but Stone Cold's number one. Oh, Angelo! But I've never finished Twin Peaks. I have to, but I never find a right time to. Well, I definitely think fall is the best time to watch Twin Peaks. Are you talking about the first two seasons or the third season here? And then there's the movie, Fire Walk With Me. Oh, crap. Oh, there we go. There he is! Yeah. It almost looks like he has a big Cheeto hanging out of his mouth. Wait, you don't know the Oh Angelo Twin Peaks meme? Actually, no, I don't. So I love Twin Peaks, but I'm not up on the Twin Peaks memes. Share it. Send it to me. Yes, game's got a bit of a difficulty spike here. But yeah, watch it all. The first two seasons, even when it starts to get kind of crappy in the middle of the second season where David Lynch pieced out, but then it's worth it because it becomes fantastic at the end. And then Fire Walk With Me is incredible, although it's a really intense movie. And then season 3 is a trip, The Return. You know, I'm usually not one for like the big over-the-top box sets, but I got the one for Twin Peaks, from Z to A. It's like this like cube with like foggy trees all around it, and then you fold it open and there's all sorts of stuff inside, but it has everything that's ever been released for Twin Peaks is inside that box set, which is really nice. Oh my god. Malice, her scream is so scary. Yeah, it is. Kind of sounds like one of those clock tower screams. I think Jennifer gets murked by Scissor Man. This boss is ridiculous. We don't have time for this. Come on. Hasta la vista, baby. Now we're all big fans of David Lynch here, I think. Oh man. You know, if I say this about every song, it's gonna get a little redundant, but they're all good. These beats. This is something really specific here, but you guys ever actually been on a cruise or a yacht here? I don't think I've ever been on a yacht, but this is giving me flashbacks of a certain variety right now. Not sure how much I can elaborate on, but yeah. What? Spoon, you've never seen the sea? That's crazy. That's insane to me. To be fair, though, I've never flown on a plane. So, but Spoon, you gotta come to Maine. Come to Maine and I'll show you the sea. It's nice. There are definitely lots of things I can... Oh my god, look at these guys. There are lots of things I can dog on Maine for, but all in all, it's pretty nice. Get the full 4 seasons. I'm probably like 15 minutes from the ocean. Tons of lakes, lots and lots of nice greenery. This is like Nazi dominatrix ladies. Very interesting character design. We have ways of making you talk. Shit. Been on a ferry, it was cool. Sweet. It reminded me of M. Bison. Yeah, they do. They kind of have that there's like this like vague fascist thing about them both. It's like their general demeanor, obviously, than the hat, of course. Gustavo. Speaking of Nazis, I was going through all my games, this afternoon. I was like setting everything up, and I pulled out my original big box copy of Wolfenstein 3D. Which is like super 80s illustration on the front, like Boris Vihelo, kind of the Frank Frazetta style of like this. Oh my god. It's like a big, beefy American guy with a mullet. No shirt on, of course. 2 huge machine guns firing, at 2 other Nazis as he's kicking another Nazi officer in the face. It's like, damn, this is awesome. I like put that box out on display. Shit. The Ultimate Warrior's back. He's back on the booze cruise. And he's crazier than ever. Oh my god. It's nice how his look and he has an appropriate moveset for his character design, Like he's kind of like emulating like the whole like bouncing off the turnstiles thing, coming at you with the clothesline. Oh, Spoon, by the way, reminds me that artwork you put up on Twitter recently, like the 2 aliens walking on the pathway. That was insane. You did that on a Wii U tablet? The level of detail in that was crazy. The shading on the like mechanical, like biomechanical squid thing, that was nuts. Ooh, alright. Can we have the car just roll up on a ship like that? I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's a great point. Yeah, we got a bunch of cruisers parked at the back of the ship. They roll out whenever I call them. God, this game kicks ass. Did you spend 3.5 hours shading one of the aliens' upper lips? I feel like you're making a reference to something here. If so, I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. All right, last continue. Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, I don't remember. It's like I haven't watched that since like 2005. It's been a minute. Here's something crazy. I met someone in a work situation. I'll leave it at that. In a work situation, he was a little bit of a... How do I put this? He was an interesting guy. Smoked a lot of weed. But we're talking about Borat. You know, I brought up Borat. I was like, oh, that's one of I think the funniest movies ever made. He's like, no, it's like I don't like it, man. It's like movies like that and Napoleon Dynamite. You know, they're just too stupid for me. And we're talking about it, and I started to get the impression that he didn't realize that Borat like wasn't scripted. Like obviously there's a couple scenes here and there which are scripted, but the majority of that movie, you know, his interactions with the unsuspecting public, obviously that's not scripted. And I'm talking to this guy and it's like he didn't realize that. It's like, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, maybe I'm making an assumption here, but I'm telling you, based on everything, the way he was describing it, there's like specific comparisons to Napoleon Dynamite. It's like, I don't know. He was a character. Smoked a lot of weed. He smoked a lot of weed, to put it mildly. It's like a mega joint every hour. Anyway. And Borat is just too funny for me to enjoy. I think Borat should be entered in the National Congress Library of culturally significant pieces of media. I think it's fantastic. I love it. Best 10 players. Wow, they're all AAA. Only those first two are me, though. Of course. All right. So that's Streets of Rage. Let's see. I just hit reset on the system. See if it takes me back to the menu. Nope. All right. Yeah, let's check out Columns. I just want to see it. I want to hear it. Okay, I was gonna say they're both stupid funny, but Borat is an entirely different kind of funny. It's crass, but there's a level of political commentary and social commentary going on there that I think elevates into something a little more. And I'm not hating on Napoleon Dynamite here, but there's a little bit more of like a thoughtful aspect to it, even if Borat himself, you know, as a character is ridiculous. Okay, you should have him watch Ali G and not tell him it's the same guy. Yeah. You know, I lost contact with him and the other folks who worked there a while back, and I don't think I'm gonna reestablish. All right, Columns. Let's check it out. I did read somewhere that the movie literally did indirectly benefit Kazakhstan due to spotlighting conditions there in the beginning scenes. Isn't that the beginning scenes like in the village? Wasn't that filmed in like Romania or something? Like not actually Kazakhstan? But either way, that if it did help them, that's great. Okay. So that's Columns. Yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, let's give it a shot. Hints will be given until level 3. So we can't switch to the orientation, just the order. All right. No sweat. Kev, you're gonna like another game we've got lined up here tonight. I'm reminded of the music here. Okay. Gets fucked real fast. It sure does. Yeah. It's like puzzle games might be the least interesting game to watch unless you're like a pro. So I'm not gonna play this very long either way, but just to get an idea here of what we're working with. Whoops. That's a bueno. No, that was not bueno. That was the opposite of bueno. What's the opposite of bueno? What's bad in Spanish? No! Shit. Alright. It's not looking good, folks. Ooh, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so good. No bueno! Shit. I guess yeah, that works. Oh, it's getting faster. No. 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 It's no bueno. Oh god, it's over! Alright. These comments are Kevin must be Light Crusader. Yeah, that's it. Pretty sure it's the same guys who do the music. Very similar. Yeah, very similar style. Yeah. Light Crusader. Oh, you guys are in for a treat if you haven't seen that game before. Wow, so I play Tetris all the time. I'm loving this. Good. I'm definitely a lot better at Tetris than I am at this game. Shift the pieces. Pivot! So we've never been good at that type of puzzle. Well, neither am I, as you just saw. Yoshi Attack, I'm pretty decent. I haven't played that one. Have you played Yoshi's Cookie? Maybe that's the same name, a different name for the same thing, but Yoshi's Cookie I'm okay at. It's like one of the few games my mom was really into. Was Yoshi's Cookie. But yeah, Tetris, Dr. Mario, and Yoshi's Cookie are my puzzle game in that order. Anyway, let me see here. Let me get the stack of cartridges I got. Hear that? That's the sound of Genesis cartridges. Alright, let's see. Light Crusader is one of my few games as my annual playthrough list coming up, actually. Hell, let's pop it in now. We're talking about it. Let me pop it in. Let's see. I missed a few comments here. Yoshi's Attack, pretty good. No, Yoshi's Cookie, I'm not good. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know there were two. What's Yoshi Attack? Interesting. Panel de Pon. Anyway, all right. Let's pop this sucker in. That little flower rod that poisons you in Smash Bros, you know? Oh, yeah. That thing. I gotta clean these Genesis games. I don't think I ever have. So I'm gonna do again what you're not supposed to do. Blowing in the cartridge. Here's a fun fact. The reason why that works is because the moisture in your breath creates a conductive surface for the cartridge and the cartridge reader. So it helps read a little bit. There's a little bit more conductivity. But that's bad because it's moisture, and obviously moisture on your games are not good. There we go. Come on, Genesis. There we go. Let's give it one more blow. So yeah, don't try this at home, is what I'm trying to say here. There we go. Okay, or not. Come on. This doesn't work this time. I'll pop another one in. Spoon, just suck the dust in your lungs instead. Yeah, I should do that. There we go. This game is made by Treasure. Oh my god. Kev, this game has always had this additional layer of like arcane mystery to me. Besides, you had the Genesis. Like I had the Super Nintendo. I had the Super Nintendo at my house. Kev had the Genesis, basically. So I'd go over there, and I didn't have a Genesis until much later. But I'd go see all these games that I never got to play. You know, including this one. And games like this, where this is like kind of like an action-adventure game. It's almost like an isometric Zelda. And it was extra cool. It had that extra layer of like mystery to it, basically. Oh, I'm not going to be skipping the intro, don't you worry. I'll start a brand new game here. Look at this pixel art. I shall have my revenge for what they have all done to me. I shall never forgive them. But yeah, Treasure. Same folks as Guardian Heroes, Radiant Silvergun, Gunstar Heroes, I think. Yeah, I'm realizing David's looking a little strung out here in RGB. Yeah, this music is sick. This is probably one of those examples of sounding better on the real hardware versus emulation. But as I said earlier, I'm not sure what the current state of it is, but just because of the nature of the chip, I feel like it's probably still not going to be 100%, even if it's not necessarily noticeable. Yeah, this game is basically like action RPG. Like, you can really sink your teeth into this one. I've never beaten it. This is my favorite track right here. King Whedon. King of the Weed. Yes. First thing we'll see, and one of the very first things I noticed the first time I played this, how David's idle sprite is constantly hyperventilating. Yeah, he is. Sire! I came as fast as I could. How much longer will these anxious days continue? Oh yeah, I remember you can do this though. You push the king around in his own throne room. They won't do anything. Look for the clue to help you find the missing people. Talk to the Pope here. Yeah, this looks sick. This game looks fantastic. Meow. It looks like this guy isn't wearing any pants at all. I guess this is a good thing that his spread is facing that direction, because who knows what we see if not. The king cannot sleep at night because of these events. Please save us. Cav, you might have to give me some tips and tricks here. Here we see why he's called King Whedon. The king's stash knows no boundaries. I'm surprised that the battery in this cartridge is still working. Hey, listen to this track. The sub bass in this one. So the 5th level has you jumping into a crystal at specific intervals and being transported across 8 different worlds that are vastly unique culture themes. Awesome. If you're looking to get right into the action, go right. 3 screens for the graveyard. Thank you, Kev. I am looking to get straight into the action. Oh yeah, this lady. Bertha. Don't eat that food, it's for the whole castle. I don't care, I want the cheese. Give me that big cheese wheel, lady. Give me that chicken. Big Bertha. Oh! I saw that chest. Yeah, I remember seeing you play through quite a bit of this. As well as the last stage. Oh, check this out. Hold on, before we go any further, listen to this. If any of you can name what song this is a copy of, it's a real, you know, a proper band, a song they made. If you can name the song that this is a copy of, I will PayPal you $5. I know what it is, but if you guys know, I'll PayPal you $5. Play a fun little trivia game here. Fun fact, much later you can drink an invisible potion and come back and steal said cheese in her ladle. That sounds good. Oh yeah, thanks for the heads up, buddy. See, I can't give any tips. I can't give any hints because it'll be a dead giveaway. But it's a big band, very big 70s band. One of its members had a very successful solo career in the 80s. And I'm Casey Kasem. Oh yeah, the cows. Can you talk to the cows? No, but you can push them around. I hope my cows don't get kidnapped. That water looks good. Oh yeah, here we are. It's a graveyard. We gotta push one of these graves. The one with the scuff marks. They all have scuff marks. The soundtrack is insane. I love this. Come on now. There it is. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Mouse. Black Sabbath. Nope. Try again. These statues. I love this. Yeah, so it's kind of like a Diablo thing where you have your town, but then you have this big dungeon with multiple floors underneath. With all sorts of puzzles to solve. And demons to kill. I do love Black Sabbath though, for sure. One of my favorite rock bands. But that is not the answer. Maximum life. I'll play it again, see if anyone can get it. Listen carefully. Kind of another thing I could give a hint, but it'd give away instantly. So I won't say it just yet. If no one gets in a few minutes, I'll tell you guys. The last hint I'll give you is that the name of the band would be very ironic considering what we're playing right now. In a broad sense. Oops. And I'll play you the track that it came from too. But you know, a few weeks ago when I was playing like the NES games and I was like showing some of like the music examples, like the stuff in from Final Fantasy 1, where it's God, what's that guy's name? With the trumpet. Or Mort Garson, how it's like a track from Plantasia came from, or that became Zelda's theme. I got copyright strikes for that. For both of those songs. Isn't that crazy? Immediately demonetized. I don't care. I mean, I'm not trying to make a living off YouTube, but it's kind of funny. It's like you play like 10 seconds of a song, and it's immediately like, how dare you? You played 10 seconds of my song? Well, I get all revenue from your 5-hour stream. That's alright. These orcs. You guys remember the Immortal, that Genesis game? I think it was on NES too, but these orcs kind of remind me of that. See the decapitation? Yeah, you get spells too. There you go. And you can mix and match them. Yes! Oh! Spoon, DMCA strikes for music is super sensitive. You can only legally play a sample for like 2-3 seconds. Yeah. Kevy, Genesis, Silent Sorrow, and Empty Boats. Yes, you got it, buddy. That is it, folks. The band is Genesis. Literally Genesis. You know, Phil Collins' band for the 70s. And the track is Silent Sorrow and Empty Boats. And, here. I'll play it. Let me get that queued up. Hold on one sec. Let's see if it plays. I'm not going to mess with that right now. But yeah, if you look up that track, you'll see the stark resemblance to this song. But you win, Kev. I'll text you $5 later. You win. Let me ask you something, though. Did you Google that, or did you know? Not that it matters. Oh. Careful the strikes, high def. Wouldn't want your channel to be suspended. No, I wouldn't either. I'll be careful. Thank you, though. Give me the key. Can't be used. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the magic. Forgot about that. It's not that door. I forget, do keys work automatically or... Yes, they do. This is like the puzzle room track here. This is like the Sheikah shrines in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, the copyright strikes are it's an interesting thing because I got not a strike, but I got a notice from I get them pretty much every time I stream, but I got one oh god, it was probably a few months ago now. And I was playing PS1 games, and I was playing Mortal Kombat Mythologies, that shitty PS1 game. Anyway, I was playing that, and you know, it was like, we've detected copyright audio, and I checked out the track, and it was like some SoundCloud rapper guy who had sampled the intro narration to that game for like the intro to his track. So I what's the term? I contested it, and I said, no, like, you have just as little right to use a sample as I do. And it actually got lifted, which is pretty cool. I feel like that never happens. Spoon, oh yeah, it is pretty much the same track. Yeah, it's the era of the video game musician where there's a lot of great stuff that was original, but there are a lot of tracks that were ripped off, unfortunately. It was on the tip of my tongue. I wanted to say Rush. Oh, it's all good. No, I sadly knew for a long time ago it's been discussed right in the past when I was ripping the OST files from a sub. Sweet. Yeah, you win, my friend. I think we'll play another couple minutes of this and then we'll switch to our next game. No. But this is a very Very cool game, for sure. This is where the isometrics start to get a little tricky. Oh yeah, one of the townspeople.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, check this out. You slash him. Ah, forget it. First boss coming up. Gotta say at least that last. Yeah. Full health. Yeah, I love this track here. Very sinister. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. I was thinking the same thing, Malice. Great minds think alike. Spoon. But then Conan and Star Wars have similar tracks to whole planet. Yeah, they do. Very, very similar. You're right. There's always something older, huh? Yeah. I think there's a quote from Einstein about creativity being the art of hiding your influences. I think it's an important thing to keep in mind for any creative person. It's okay that you're not completely creating your stuff in a vacuum, but you should maybe do your best to make it maybe a little more personalized, unique. But yeah. Yeah, the Planet Suite is... Planet Suite, there's so many soundtracks that owe a lot to that. Listen to this sample here, this guy we going here.
Answer the riddle.
Answer the riddle. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your influence, your sources. Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the cat. Well, there's the cat room. This is the saves. You can start to tell. It's very similar to Diablo, although this came out like 4 years before Diablo did, I think. Oh yeah, I remember that sound, Kev. Here, let's equip some more magic. It's a very interesting game. This is probably obvious, you know, me being such a huge like Souls fan, but I'm always a big fan of action RPGs that put the emphasis on the action. Like, I love the character building and the stats, but a game like Souls where you can beat the entire game at Soul level 1 with no investment in anything if you're skilled enough is really appealing to me. I think that's really the best way to do it. It's like, at the end of the day, ultimately, the whole like RPG system, it's like originated, you know, like tabletop stuff, like Dungeons and Dragons. It's there to create as like a substitution for real world abilities and skills and reactions. So I don't think games should, when possible, should hold to that stuff too like arbitrarily, you know? It's like I've talked about Morrowind a few times. I love Morrowind, but I always mod out like the random like chance to miss stuff, like the dice roll aspect of like the melee combat, because that doesn't feel good. You're playing a game, you see your weapon pass through an enemy. You don't want to be told that, oh, you missed. Like, no, you hit that. Have your stats determine the mechanics, and not the other way around. This guy's got a lot of health. There we go. It's gonna kill you. Let's eat the cheese. No effect! What? There we go. There's nice farty Genesis kind of sounds there. Oh yeah. The boss theme. The pimp theme. Maximum life. Let me look at these comments here. Kind of came to that conclusion as a teen, just as long as it's mostly unconscious. I agree. It definitely took me longer than my teens to sort that out. You know, it's finding that balance in yourself to, you know, you like things you like, and that's going to come across in anything you make. But just don't think so much about it, and don't be a copycat, and you'll be fine. You look sick. Yeah, that was cool. I guess stats won't be as important when we play games in holodecks. We're just gonna use our real intelligence, strength, and stamina someday. Although maybe you can tweak the difficulty levels still. You could be like Riker hanging out in the jazz club, you know, or Worf fighting in the jungle for his like morning workout or whatever. All right, I think it's time for a new game though. But first, I'm going to take a quick break. So let's once again enjoy this mini music. And yes, as Kev pointed out here, The Lamb lays down on Broadway the track Silent Sorrow and Empty Boats by Genesis. I'll be right back, folks. Okay. Back. Lieutenant Worf's head looks like a fanny. What did I say to come back to? Although you are right. Alright, let me see here. Which shall be played next? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Oh, actually, sorry, one sec. Forgot something. Be right back. Okay, back again for real this time. Pop in our next title. Say goodbye to Light Crusader, which I think is definitely a very underrated game. I never see people talking about it. Fantastic game, though. Here we go. Our next game. This one has a bit of infamy for me and my friends. I think Kev, being the Genesis master, has beaten this probably no problem. But me and Nintendo consistently get our asses kicked in this one. So we'll see how we do tonight. This is a game that you're probably going to want to play with the gun for the Genesis, which I don't have yet. I'm playing on a regular Genesis pad. So we'll see how we do. John Connor. Terminator 2, the arcade game. So yeah, supports the Menacer if you've got one of those. Looks just like that. Got the pixels and everything. But we have the joypad, so that's what we're going to be using. We're going to give ourselves 5 credits instead of just 4, because this game is brutally hard, in my opinion. Let's go!
Let's go.
Best part of this game, in my opinion, is the soundtrack. Listen to this. Alien 3. Yeah, Probe did that too, right? Having played both, I gotta say, this one's definitely a lot better than the SNES version. Although that has a cool soundtrack too. If you want to see the differences for yourself, go check out the AVGN episode. As I pretty much always say. Yeah, try not to shoot the Resistance members. Blow the heads off the T-800s. The box for this one's really funny. It's kind of like a modification of the arcade promo poster, where it's like a T-800 like playing the arcade machine, like he's like standing there playing it. Really good. Shit, I forgot Probe did both games. Yeah, they did a lot of cool stuff. They made both Die Hard Trilogy and Alien Trilogy on the PS1 and Saturn, which are both 2 really cool games. I love Die Hard Trilogy, and I feel like I'm the only person who's like super affectionate about it, but I love that game, especially the Die Hard 1 mode. Because we're doing this one. Next time we have to do both Judgment Day, the other T2 Genesis games, Side Shooter, and Robocop vs. Terminator. I haven't played Robocop vs. Terminator, but that side-scroller T2 game is like legendarily bad. Oh, of course we'll play it. But that was so funny every time we played that. Such a weird game. You know, considering how badass the Terminators are supposed to be, we're taking them out pretty easily here. But I guess we do have our future weaponry. Yeah, Kev, you gotta see this new monitor. The 20L5. You saw the 14M4U, but this one is not only bigger, but quite a bit better as well. God, we got 37 missiles. Let's rock! Yeah! Aliens movie, yeah. Yeah, I played a bit of that Aliens like Fire Squad, Fire Team. That's really good. You guys should definitely check that out. We could get some crews going on that, by the way, too, for sure. Holy fuck, dude! Robocop vs. Terminator. We're doing it so over the top. Yeah, that sounds great. I've seen it before, but I haven't played it myself. Yeah, you guys, we get Kev over here. You'll love it. He's a madman. Terminated. Oh my god. We go up against Rob the robot. I mean, seriously, this thing looks way more like the NES accessory than the thing from the movie. And it doesn't look like this in the Super Nintendo version. So, you decide. Yeah, we gotta get the guns. I have like 5 NES zappers. I've got 2 of the Sega Saturn guns, but I don't have any of the Genesis guns or anything else. We gotta get the guns for all the systems so we can enjoy all these the way they're meant to be played. I don't think I have any turbo controllers though. I might have one on the SNES actually. has so much HP. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier with a gun. Okay, one of the few Genesis games I haven't beat naturally. Dan and I tried so many times. This game is brutal. I can't even make it past the second level. I mean, look at how much HP this thing has. This is the first boss in the game. There we go. God damn. Oh, God. This always cracks me up. What's my score? This soundtrack is one of my favorite on the system, though. That's for sure. Excellent.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got this level I can beat. It's the third stage with the truck, the pickup truck that I always get killed on. Oh, infiltrators, you say? Here's a tip. They all look like either Arnold Schwarzenegger or Franco Columbo. Here's a little bit of bodybuilder trivia for you guys, okay? When Arnold first came to America, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he became friends with this guy named Franco Columbo, which was a fellow Italian. He was an immigrant from Italy. And they became good friends, started a business, and were both really into bodybuilding. Franco has won, well, he's passed away a couple years ago, but he won Mr. Olympia a few times as well. So he's a big-time bodybuilder. But Arnold, for years, would get these like small parts for him in his like big Hollywood movies. So in Terminator 1, when Kyle is having, there's that part where he's like talking about, that's that whole scene of like, you know, it's one of the, like the future scenes. And he's like, goes into like the human base and he's like hanging out for a little bit. And then the Terminator shows up and starts like, killing everybody. That Terminator is Franco Columbo. It's a similar thing in Conan the Barbarian, that intro scene, the village raid at the beginning. The scout guy that shows up, with, like the crazy look on his face. He like jumps up and like gets in this low stance. That's also Franco Columbo. But Franco is a big part of the documentary Pumping Iron, which you haven't seen before, is fantastic. It's like the 79 or 82 or something, Mr. Olympia. It's got Arnold, Franco, Columbo, Lou Ferrigno. It's really good. There's a scene in that where Lou's like visiting his parents, which are like the super old school Italian family. And somebody's car gets stuck in some mud or something. So Franco goes out and like lifts the back of the car like completely off the ground and moves it like 6 feet to the left. So he can get out of there. Wild. Yeah, everyone seemed to have hated T4 Salvation. I happen to love it. Finally giving us essentially the future. Well, Kevin, to be honest with you, I really didn't like Salvation either. I wasn't a fan. I don't think it was... I could throw a few criticisms criticisms about it, but I didn't find it that engaging. Plus, I found it really weird that they abandoned like the classic look of the future scenes from the OG movies. Like you think of like the future scenes in Terminator 1 and 2. It's like, you know, the like cold blue light at night. It had like a very distinct iconography. And then Terminator Salvation is like Book of Eli. Everything is like washed out brown and gray daytime. Like, come on. That seems like really obvious. But that's just me. Alright, here's where I always get stuck, guys. As John Connor driving the truck there. See if we can do it. I am not high. I'm not hopeful. Wait, put it that way. This truck's not looking so good, huh? Yeah, terminated. Spoon. I like T3. It was just goofy. T3 is okay. Yeah. There we go. It's over. I'd prefer to watch T3 over Salvation, but I mean, honestly, I think T1 and 2 are the only good ones. Oh my god, there he is! Pumping Iron is fantastic. Was Franco and Hercules from New York? I don't remember. I'm not sure. Okay, stereotypical dystopian future, but I love the CGI and how desperate humanity was in the movie. The trap in the beginning. The beginning was the only scene I liked. Like the pre-title sequence where there's like, it's like a T-800 like crawling. Like John Connor blows his legs off or something and he's like crawling up to get him. I thought the intro was great, but the rest of it just completely washed over me. Spoon, I thought Salvation was alright, never watched it since. It was the years when it was popular to make Batman Begins movies realistic looking fantasy. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Okay, that part where they find some resistance in mid-conversation, the giant robot rips the roof off. Yeah, that was cool. Legit jumped me in the theater. Yeah. I think of things like, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to get hung up on details. It's all about the plot and the plot structure. But when you have things like the motorcycle robots, like for some reason Skynet is manufacturing robots which are still like able to be operated manually. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we're gonna stick like T-800s to ride around on them, or they can run around like on remote control, but we're still gonna give them handlebars, you know, for some reason, just in case, you know, a human like John Connor wants to hack one of them and ride around on it. Anyway, that's T2, the arcade game. Hard as hell. One of the hardest games on the Genesis. Easily. So next up is going to be another Genesis classic. Another game of dubious quality, ultimately, but a memorable game. I don't think anyone could deny that. This one I actually still have boxed. Is it Columns? No! It's Altered Beast.
Rise from your grave.
Rise from your grave. There we go. Oh shit! No!
Power up.
There we go. Pull that chest out. These guys are my favorite. The guys holding their heads, doing this really like meek dancing towards you.
Power up.
Power up.
Welcome to your doom.
Welcome to your doom. Super easy first boss here. Yeah. That smoke looks horrible. Let me just get on the ground here. Sounds. T2 did set the bar pretty goddamn high. The shit camera did with the camera props is unbelievable. The thing is, ultimately, it's like T2 closed the story. It's not just like action and like, oh, this and that. It's like, T2 is it. I mean, you could say that about Terminator 1. Terminator 1 is like actually like a perfect closed loop story. Like, it's perfect. I mean, obviously time travel is like intrinsically not realistic, but Terminator 1 does it about as realistically as it could be. And then T2 immediately kind of messes that up. But it's still a good movie. And then again, ends it definitively. It's like everything after that is just like, yeah, we know we can make a lot more money of this franchise. So we're going to do that. I think that's probably the best player character death sound in the universe right there.
Welcome to your doom.
Just get close and pwn this guy. Such a gimmicky game. The great strength of the Greeks. The little avian-looking monsters are the same as the ones you could ride in Go Max. Yes, that's right. That's true. Oh my god. Fisticuffs with some liches. Yeah, so that's Altered Beast. A game which is great for memes, but is maybe not so great to actually play. Alright. Next game. So, we played the first one of this. It was like last month when I did that Genesis stream. So, here's a sequel, which is actually the first one I played. It's Vector Man 2. Oh yeah. Difficulty: cool, wicked, or lame. Well, we're definitely not lame. So we'll play in cool. Spoon. The skeletons holding their heads look a lot like Castlevania's dual hand. Yeah, that's true. They do. Oh yeah. Haven't played 2 in forever. Yeah, this is the first one I got. It was like, I told the story before, but it was like summer of 2004 or something. I went into Toys R Us and they were just selling tons of the retro stuff. So I got a Genesis, a bunch of Genesis games, some Super Nintendo games, all for dirt cheap. And they had Vector Man 4 here, so this is the first one I played. Now these games, these were supposed to be kind of like Sega's answer to Donkey Kong Country. You know, with the use of pre-rendered 3D graphics cut into 2D sprites. Vector Man is a lot more badass in this one. At least as far as his voice goes. In this one, you're fighting bugs instead of robots for some reason. Yeah, another thing the Super Nintendo had going over the Genesis, like obviously, Genesis eventually they came out with a 6-button controller, but this launch controller only has 3 buttons plus start, you know? And most of the games can handle that, but the SNES, yeah, that's shipped with 4 face buttons and 2 shoulder buttons. It's a really, really good controller. But you could argue how many games actually needed that many other outside of fighting games, you know, for games of like this era, this vintage. Oh yeah, I probably should have given a heads up. Sorry, Malice. There's some epileptic stuff here. Although, if you were affected by that, it's already too late. But yes, this game has some intense flashing. So sorry.
I'll take that.
Right on. It's like Vector Man in this one kind of sounds like Homer Simpson when he's trying to do his like cool voice, you know? No, can't quite make it up there. Or can we? Hey, I want to see that. Yeah. It's nice they didn't just reinvent the wheel here. The sequel looks very much like the original, just with more levels and content. Early systems, especially Sega, was notorious for having sequels or expansions to look, feel, or play completely different than the original. Yeah, there were a lot of games like that back in the day. They got really experimental with the sequels. I think the best example of that is probably stuff on the NES, like going from Zelda 1 to Zelda 2. Like major different gameplay. And then Castlevania 1 to 2, same thing. Their perspective is the same, but the games themselves play very differently. Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2, although of course, yeah, I know that the Super Mario 2 that we got here in America is actually, you know, Doki Doki Panic. But still, I mean, as far as like representation for the brand on the system, it's like 2 very different games. 6-button pad was absolutely necessary if you wanted to kick anyone's ass in Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. That's true, yeah. I'm not epileptic, but man, that really got me. Yeah, it's brutal. Especially you're playing it, you're watching, you're playing, you're playing this or watching it in a dark room, like I am currently. It is brutal. There's just like a light show in my entire room here. Alright, let's get out of here. See, the thing is with the 2D platformers, why Mario was the best, it made the best usage of these, tiled assets in a way that it felt like a unique environment each time. Like, it doesn't feel, with so many of these like games like this, these 2D platformers, to varying degrees, it feels like more and more of like an abstraction environment. But stuff like Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World, it's like, despite the fact that you're using these like tiled assets, it manages to make all these levels still feel very unique with plenty of reference points. Yeah, this game's pretty brutal with the epileptics, huh? Sorry about that, folks. Had a high-pitched voice in the original. I never liked that they changed that. I don't know. I could go either way. High-pitched Vector Man. Beefy Vector Man. I'm lost. Alright, let's try this. This game's soundtrack, especially the first one, but this one too, is very much indebted to Kraftwerk. A very big degree. Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna stop fooling around here though, because I am lost. So I'm gonna pop in the next game. Sorry, Vector Man. So, let's see here. Now, if the phrase Minotaur wearing a thong rings a bell, you know what's coming up next. Get a ball in the cartridge? Sure, we'll do it. Come on, Genesis. Yeah, I gotta clean all these. Come on, Genesis. There we go. All right. Yeah, so we ended a stream about a month ago listening to some music from this game. Golden Axe 2. Look at those Minotaurs. Yeah, I never listened to Kraftwerk, but KMFDM kept popping into my head hearing some of these Genesis songs. Yeah, totally. I would definitely recommend listening to Kraftwerk. They're one of the most important figures in the development of electronic music, for sure. I'd recommend starting with... I'll either the album The Man Machine or Computer World. And of course, we're going to go with our boy, Gillies Thunderhead. Nuts. See, okay, now there's a reference I'm getting. We are nihilists, Lebowski. We don't care about anything. Do you ever play this one, Kev? Yeah. Yeah, this one is kind of similar to what you're just talking about. Very, very similar to the first. Just a little faster, which I like. The animation's a little smoother. Another great soundtrack, but otherwise pretty much the same thing. Oh, and actually it has one really cool improvement with the magic system, where you can actually, instead of just using magic, you can choose what level of spell you want to cast if you have enough potions by holding down the spell, like that magic cast button. So I could have just done level 1 or 2, but because I held it down long enough, I did a level 3 spell, which is nice. But this one, all 3 Golden Axe games on the Genesis all have killer soundtracks, for sure. I'm not sure if I could say which one is my favorite, because they're all really good. This one's all about the big percussive beats. The drums in this soundtrack are killer. So it has some really nice speed to it too. It's probably the fastest out of the trilogy. I think 3 is really underrated myself, but as far as gameplay goes, this is probably the fastest. I personally love Shinobi 3 Epic Soundtrack. It does. That is a great game with a great soundtrack. Have you ever played the Shinobi game on the Saturn? I've been playing quite a bit of that recently myself. That one's really cool. I think I mentioned it the last time we hung out, but the European version of that has its own soundtrack, and it's really, really good. It's better than the North American and Japanese soundtrack. There's that golden axe bird again. We just saw an altered beast there. No, we didn't get around to it. That Olympics game bugged us up. So what Kev is referring to is Decathlete, which we played quite a bit of when we hung out about a month ago. Great game. It's like the two misses audio-wise with this game are these enemy death sounds, bleh, and the title screen music, which sounds more like a Streets of Rage like reject track. I think Golden Axe. Yeah, the pace of this one is quite a bit quicker than the first, which is really nice. It gets much harder though. I've managed to beat the first one before. I've never beaten this one. The last boss in this is insane. But we'll see how far we can make it. His face is back there. Like insane. Have you guys watched anything cool lately? Any movies or TV shows? I've been watching the original Dragon Ball lately, which has been really, really nice. I watched DBZ back in the day as a kid, and I saw a couple episodes of the original series back in the day, but not very much. So it's been a treat to start at the very beginning with the OG series. So I've been watching that, which has been really fun. Curious to check out Malignant. That seems to be super hyped up right now as being really crazy or whatever. I haven't spoiled myself on it, but I want to check it out. I know I started to watch the Red Letter Media half in the bag for that, and they pretty quickly got into spoiler territory. They seemed to like it, but they pretty quickly got into spoiler territory, so I turned it off. So I'll have to watch that soon. Kev, I know you're not big into anime, but I love to watch them super with you. I've rewatched some Hunter x Hunter recently. Such a good show. It's not that I'm super big into or not into anime. It's just I think with like kind of everything, I'm a little picky. But Super, yeah, we'll check that out once that's good. That might be a little bit because I gotta watch all of Dragon Ball, then all of Dragon Ball Kai, but eventually. But yeah, totally. Okay, this track on this soundtrack is one of my favorites. I call this the snare drum track for obvious reasons. This one almost kind of reminds me of a Morricone track. Plus the crazy snares, but kind of his style. Super potion. Oh, knocked them both off the edge. Talk about unintentional serendipity. Oh yeah. Here's some examples of the horrible Golden Axe AI in action. There you go. Gone. Oh, let's do it again. I think that's really the biggest flaw of these games, is how dumb the enemy AI can be. The Snake Boys. Wow, this game has a killer soundtrack. Kind of, in a weird way, this is kind of reminding me of doing Dark Souls PvP. I'm not sure why. Could it be the poning of the noobs? The dumb AI? A lot of anime is hard because it's super weeb in most cases, capital W on the weeb, but I get a lot of the niche stuff. If you're going to watch all of Dragon Ball first, it'll be next year before you get to the beginning of Z. Oh man. Well, I plan on doing it, so bear with me, buddy. That's the plan. I think when I watch it though, it's going to be kind of like 3 or 4 episodes at a time, just because of how short each episode is. Like right now, I'm up to episode 5, I think. So we'll see. Mouse Hunter x Hunter is amazing. Did you go in Sen's Fortress a lot? Absolutely. That's probably the best. That's probably the single best place to invade in Dark Souls. Like if you want just straight PvP in Dark Souls 1. You know, you probably want to go to the woods. Maybe Anne Orlando, but these days I feel like you're just going to get trolled in Anne Orlando. Like by the solar bonfire. But yeah, Sen's Fortress is probably the best spot to get both like noobs who like don't know what's going on and like getting that awesome element. But then also veterans as well. But the whole trap element of Sen's Fortress adds this meta element that really is just magical. Because Dark Souls 1 PvP on its own is a mixed bag. Like it has the potential to be good, but because of how easy it is to spam backstabs, it's tricky. But with the addition of like really tight corridors and all the traps in Sen's Fortress, it really elevates the PvP meta to the invasion PvP meta to a really great level. And in my opinion, it's the best place to do PvP in the entire game. And that one. Dark Souls 1. But yeah, Sen's is incredible. Kevin, I sent you that Happy Souls video, didn't I? You did! I had seen it before, but it's a really funny video. And we are in hell, fighting more lizard men. These are like the great-grandfather of the guy in Soul Calibur, lizard man. It's like Dark Souls 3. I have a hard time choosing a favorite because in terms of if I'm playing single player, it's probably Dark Souls 1. But from the multiplayer component, the refinement they had by Dark Souls 3 is hard to top. I do wish that straight swords weren't so OP in Dark Souls 3. But overall, I think the PvP is definitely the best in that one. Maybe 2, actually. Dark Souls 2 might have the best PvP. Because there's a really wide range of viable builds. It's not so PvP dominated, or excuse me, it's not so straight sword dominated. And you can't just like roll indefinitely like you can in Dark Souls 3. Like the stamina management in Dark Souls 2 is probably about as perfect as it got. At some point, we'll be doing more Dark Souls streams on the channel here. Now, we already did Demon Souls, but, you know, there may be another one in the future, maybe like a Soul Level 1 playthrough. But definitely Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, and maybe even a full Sekiro playthrough. It's like, I love the Souls games to death, but what really adds such a huge degree of replay value beyond the different builds and stuff is the asymmetrical multiplayer. It's just brilliant, wonderful, and adds... It's the reason why I have the insane amount of hours in each of the games that I do. Dark Souls 3, I think I'm coming up on 800 hours, which is just ludicrous. You know, that you can get that many hours out of one game. Not even talking about the entire series, but just Dark Souls 3, you know? Speaking of backstabbing, when the guy was making the dial-up connection noises and appeared behind him with a knife in his back. Yeah. Kev, I'm out, man. Gotta crank out some work before Monday shit hits the fan. Later. Hey, dude. It was really great that you joined, man. It was great talking to you. I'm really happy to see you here. Have a good night. Good luck with your work. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I think this is the second to last level here. Golden Axe 2. Another great piece of music. Listen to this. Worthy of Conan himself. That fire sounds so insane. I wonder if we have enough people in here to organize some kind of like, not tonight obviously, but some kind of Souls tournament in one of the games, you know. That would be really cool. Do like best 2 out of 3 and have like a proper tournament. Yeah, all you gotta do for most of the enemies in this game is just lure them into pits when available. It's funny, you're not messing with the little elves in this one. These guys can actually fight back, which is pretty funny. Oh my god. That sound effect. Wow. Also, I'm so unbelievably bad at Souls PvP. It's all about the iframes, and then of course just learning the weapon moveset or whatever. And of course, some builds are definitely better than others, depending on the game we're playing. Dark Souls 3, unfortunately, is like fast weapon city. Straight swords, curved swords, maybe great swords, but other than that, you're probably not gonna have too many victories with a great axe in like a proper one-on-one fight. But like I said, I think 2 probably has the best PvP in my opinion overall. And not necessarily in terms of invasions, but just like one-on-one, you know, duels. It felt the most balanced, I think. The problem is with 2, they never give you like a full proper red eye orb, so you inevitably have to farm for cracked red eye orbs or restore your save file, which just is not cool. Oh my god, these guys. I rock the Uji Katana and Washing Pole in DS3. Those are both really good weapons. Yeah, those are both solid choices. My preferred weapons, if you give me a Claymore in any of the Souls games, I can kick some ass. But in Dark Souls 3, it's either the Claymore or Lothric Straight Sword, which I think is by like a significant margin the best weapon in that game. It's just ridiculous how much damage that thing can do, considering how fast it is. The most OP build is a Dark Infused Lothric sword build. So, Intelligence and Faith 40-40, Lothric Straight Sword. You will tear shit up. Yeah, we're talking a weapon that doesn't require buffing, that can do something like north of 500 per swing. Just ridiculous. God, these guys have a lot of HP. God, now I'm thinking about Dark Souls. Should I do a Dark Souls 3 stream? Here we are in the castle. Sure. I shall. I definitely will soon. Wow, so I played through it once and I probably missed a ton of stuff. I have probably played more DS3 than any other game in the series. I played it to completion probably at least 12 times, at least. I mean, put it this way, I have so many characters in Dark Souls 3 that I had to make 3 save files total to accommodate them all. So that's like 30 characters or something. Not to mention the ones that I like deleted. It's a little crazy. Yeah, there are some secret locations, but overall, I don't think they're quite as cool as the ones in the original. There's nothing as cool as like Ash Lake in Dark Souls 3. There's Dragon Peak or whatever, and Demon Ruins. Demon Ruins is not great. Kind of fitting. It's like just like the Dark Souls 1 area, and equally uninteresting. Dragon Peak's alright. It's like the Soul area in Dark Souls. It's like Souls in general, where you actually have like a bright blue sky. I think those are the only two optional areas, though. I think. Oh, that and Untended Graves, which is cool, but again, it's just the first area again, but with a different kind of look. Dark Souls 1, the Great Hollow followed by Ash Lake is insane. It's hard to top that. I don't think anything in any of their games since has matched that as far as like optional areas go. Like Bloodborne has like the Upper Cathedral Ward, which is cool, but not as cool as that. Oh, so I hate those mosquito ladies in Kaner's castle. Yeah, they're tough. Bloodborne! Oh man, I haven't played Bloodborne in so long now. It's been over a year. That'll definitely be one for October. That'll be so awesome. Bloodborne, I've probably played the least out of any of the modern From games. Not because I don't love it, but just because it's stuck on the PS4. It's like, I only have a couple. When I built my gaming PC, it's like my most recent gaming PC. Almost every single game I have on the PS4 is on PC, so I sold most of them. So I only have a couple PS4 games now. So I don't keep it set up because I barely play it. But obviously Bloodborne is one of those games. So Bloodborne will definitely be one of the games in October. There's a poll on V, and Bloodborne was picked as the best game. It's definitely up there. I'd put it as in the top 3. I don't know if I could choose it as number 1, but it's definitely up there. I'd say the strength of Bloodborne is obviously its gameplay and its thematic presentation, but it doesn't have as deep of a build variety as some of the other games. So the replay value is a little lower. Not as much as like Sekiro, obviously, but it's a masterpiece, no doubt about it. We're very, very lucky to have a developer as good as From. and have as many insanely good games as they put out in the last decade. Basically, for me, I would put on like a single tier all of like the non-sequel Dark Souls games. Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and then Dark Souls 2 and 3 would be maybe a little slightly below that, but they were all fantastic. Alright, I think this is it. The last life. Gilius here. Last boss. This background kind of reminds me of like a Dragon Warrior background, or like an RPG Maker background, for one of the default like battle backgrounds or something. Spoon, if you're still here, I think you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna concentrate because this is where it starts getting crazy. Damn. Yeah, this game's soundtrack is all about the big snare rushes. Oh no. It's not looking good, folks. Oh my god. No! Ah, man. E rank. Bummer. All right. Let's cue up some chill music here for a sec, because I'm going to take another quick break. Yeah, seems about right. I'll be right back. Alright, back again. And let's see. What shall we play next? We'll get a stack of games here. Let's see. Alright, Malice, what would you rather see? Shinobi 3, which I played before on here, or X-Men, the original? Played X-Men 2, I think, last time, but this would be X-Men 1. X-Men it is. Alrighty. I want to try and make it to the Sentinel stage at least, because that has a really cool soundtrack. And another cartridge we're going to be blown on. Here we go. X-Men. Come on. Might have to clean this one. Give one more try. Oh. There we go. X-Men! Alright. Awesome. What music have you been listening to, by the way? I spend most of my week just listening to music and I'm kind of running out. What have I been listening to? Good question. Not a lot lately. The last couple days I was listening to a lot of like 80s soundtrack stuff. Like soundtracks from like Kickboxer and Rocky 4. Because I've just been kind of like go, go, go. It's like working out and then like trying to like physically move a lot of shit around, getting stuff done. Let me think other than that. I guess as I was listening to a lot of Nine Inch Nails before that. Alright, here we go. Sometimes you have to crush your enemies where they live. Amateur, hero, superhero. I'll play as Cyclops. Sure. Okay, exit Professor Xavier's lab here. Xavier must be testing me with a surprise. Simulation of a savage land. Well, one artist that I'd always recommend if you ever listened to him before would be FX Twin. He was probably easily my favorite. It's a very, very huge discography and tons of different tracks. Lots of variation. So many albums that are very different from one another, which is always a plus in my book. Oops. Thanks, Gene. Oops. Yeah, not this way, I guess. When I was a little kid, I really liked the first two X movies, but the third one came out and it's just so horrible and opened with a guy cutting off his wings. Very bad for little kid me. Yeah. Pretty brutal. Aphex Twin selected. I mean, it works. 85. Yeah. He doesn't really have any bad albums. 85. Selected Anime Works 8592 is fantastic. My personal favorite album of his, and probably my pick for my Desert Island album. Like, if I had to listen to one album for the rest of my life, it might be Selected Ambient Works Volume 2, which is a very huge record. It's a lot more proper ambient and minimalist than the first Selected Ambient Works. You know, it's like, a lot of it is like really true ambient, but it really covers everything. It feels like a very complete experience. Like the full broad range of human emotion is in that album. But it's just really, really cool. But that I Care Because You Do is another great album. The Richard D. James album. Drux. It's all good. You really can't go wrong. I really, really like Window Licker. Yeah, it's a great track. For sure. How do we get out of here? Alright, try Nightcrawler. Wait. What? His output in the night, he's put out plenty of cool things past the year 2000, but his 90s output is probably my favorite material that's ever been released by anyone ever, honestly. It's just stuff that it's like, it's perfect to me. As perfect as perfect can be. And it's like, you gotta remember too, not only is there all the stuff released under the alias AFX Twin, there's just as much, if not more, released under AFX. And then there's also Caustic Window, Polygon Window, the TUS. Oops. That's how I feel about 7 Idiots by World's End Girlfriend. I haven't heard of that before. I'll check that out later. First, we gotta figure out where the hell we're going in this game. Have you ever seen Peep Show, Malice? I don't know why that just popped in my head, but it's a British comedy. Ran from like 2000 2001 or something to 2009. Yeah. Yeah, I marathoned that recently. I really liked it. Shit. Where are we going? Best season probably 2 or 3, but it's all good. I was very conflicted about this show. It's definitely there are moments where it goes so far. It's the ultimate like cringe humor for sure. It goes pretty far sometimes. Alright, Xavier, take me back to the jungle. Come on, Xavier. Charlie is trying to pull a fast one, simulating the savage land without a warning. Let's see what he's got in store with me. Is the objective just to take all these guys out? I don't remember. Oh, Gene, save me. Pretty love that. I like stuff like Sunny in Philadelphia, so I was trying to figure out why I didn't like Peep Show. Well, you know, at the end of the day, it's all subjective, you know. If you don't, if you like it. You don't, you don't. It's all good. I think they definitely have some similarities where like all the main characters are like really unlikable, like borderline sociopaths, but I think Peep Show has like, it's like that element of like slightly more reserved sociopathy. What are we doing in this jungle anyway? Oh, there's a switch! How did we not see that before? No, it's one of those things that usually when I have lunch, I'll throw something on. And a lot of the time it's something on YouTube. So it might be like something like Red Letter Media or whatnot, but Peep Show filled that niche for a bit for me. And then a couple weeks ago I got a bit sick, so I was in bed and I just marathoned like the remaining like 5 seasons of that show. Even Seinfeld a bit. Yeah, totally. You know, I need to watch Kirby Enthusiasm again. It's on my list. Speaking of, I'm glad you mentioned that actually, because I'm trying to think like, wait a minute, what happened to my Seinfeld DVDs? I have no idea what happened to those. I think I might have left them at my ex's. Oh no. I gotta get those back. All my Seinfeld DVDs. But yeah, Seinfeld and Kirby Enthusiasm are probably the best manifestations of that kind of humor, in my opinion. Alright, come on, Wolverine. Oh my god. Wolverine, you loser! Make the jump! Oh. See, things with games like this, what they really needed to do was make the level design a little more clear. It's a little vague. Some points here. Another thing the sequel had going for it, X-Men 2, is unless you're playing co-op 2-player, the game is running at 60 FPS, which this is not. Unfortunately. Oh no! With games like this, they really just need to make a better game. Yeah, that's true. Oh, so yeah, exactly. Seinfeld. You need to pull a Seinfeld-esque stunt to get this DVDs back. Yeah. You know, there's something that happened to me recently that I don't think I'm going to elaborate on here, but it was one of those Seinfeld situations where it was like a very comical thing based on a very big misunderstanding. But, yeah. Alright, I think I've had my fill of X-Men, though. Let's see. I'm gonna try Super Hang-On on the Genesis 6-pack here. I'm gonna pop that in again. And that'll be the last game for tonight. Because I've got some pizza waiting for me. I'm excited to get to that. Yeah, I gotta clean these Genesis games. They are a little dusty. What else have I heard? The Doom soundtrack on the Genesis X32. No, I haven't. Do you mean the 32X? But no, I haven't. Is it good? Is it bad? Super Hang-On. So, I'm not too familiar with the Hang-On series outside of Hang-On GP95, which was one of the initial games I got with my Genesis. Excuse me, not my Genesis, my Saturn. And that game is really sick. I really like that game a lot. Other than its horrible engine noises, it's a fun game with a great soundtrack. So, let's try Super Hang-On. Yes. All the instruments were replaced with farts. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Winning Run. Let's pick that one. The Doom PS1 soundtrack is really crazy. Oh, there's the throttle. We found it. Yeah, the Doom PS1 soundtrack is really dark. It's really spooky. It was done by Audrey Hodges, which I believe was also the guy who did the soundtrack for Doom 64, which is also really like intense, dark ambient soundtrack. Really cool, really good stuff. Oh no. Game over? What? Oh, I must have run out of time. Let me try again. One more time. And we'll go with the default track here. I wish there was more dark stuff in games. I like variety. You know, I don't think everything should be dark, but I do like, you know, dark games here. But I feel that there is definitely a lot less of that in gaming generally now. I agree for sure. I find myself listening to the Call of Duty World War OST a bit. I have that game. I got a free copy of it with, I think, my CPU on my newest PC. I didn't play too much of it, but I don't recall the soundtrack. I'll check it out if you think it's sweet. Oh man, I'm starting to crash. And I usually, you know, last few weeks I was going, you know, until like 1 or 2 a.m. on these streams, but I've been super busy. It's a combination of being like really, really busy, working out again, and going to bed earlier because, you know, maybe because of those two things. So I'm not staying up as late. So maybe I need to start the streams a little earlier so they can still go on for like a nice length. Getting darker. Also, even the title theme is really creepy. Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember it at all. I think I played it like once, but I'll check it out. Just want to clear at least one course in this game. Oh no! So much time lost if you wipe out like that. I was kind of disappointed at Doom Eternal's tone. Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't played Eternal yet, but Doom 2016. I like the gameplay, but it was I like how much they left to the imagination in the original Doom games. You know, it's hard to put a figure on, but it's something really stimulating. Just a combination of like the texture designs, the enemies obviously, and the music. It's like, if we're talking about things that are literally from hell here, okay, like literally demons from hell, I don't think it's really effective or creepy to give them like concise lore explanations. You know what I mean? Like, it should be vague and unknowable. It's hell, you know? Anyway. There's plenty I could say on that topic. I love Doom, but yeah. I'm going to go to bed. Well, first I'm going to go eat some pizza, and then I'm going to go to bed because I am really, really tired. So before I make a total fool of myself or start talking total nonsense, I'm going to call it a night and do that. But no, it's exactly. Yeah, the vibe of Doom 1, 2, and 64 are still unmatched, you know. I see all the stuff about like the power fantasy stuff, you know, like Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, you know, the originals are way cooler. I'll leave it at that. But thank you very much to everybody who joined me for the stream. Malice, of course, the MVP as always. But yeah, had a fun stream here. It was really cool after a full weekend of back-breaking work to play some Genesis games, chill out. That was a lot of fun. I'll be back next week on the 26th for another stream. And then, starting in October, we're going to be streaming. I'm going to be streaming. And you guys are welcome to join me, of course. And the Wii prerogative, but we'll be streaming 3 times a week. Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's going to be a blast. We're going to be playing all sorts of horror games and spooky shit. It'll be fantastic. But until then, I'll see you on the 26th. I hope you all have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Or if you're checking this out afterwards, enjoy the video. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.